Hello, this is old Mr. Kent, and I'm going to take my e-bike ride this morning and try to burn the battery all the way down. When I was coming back from my ride yesterday, you'll see that there's two bars if you look close, and there, when I'm using the throttle, it drops down to 1 bar. And so when I was coming home yesterday, I was able to get it to drop down to 1 bar. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to go out and ride it and get as much out of the battery as I can before I charge it. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to take my normal e-bike route, but I'm going to start from what we would call the top. There's a slight elevation change from the eastern side of there's my route that I'm going to take. And this part right up here is higher than down here, down at the bottom down there. So that's about a 50-foot difference. And so that part that is at the very top, that I have to be pedaling uphill on that. And so that's my route, and stopping to get the mail. And so I'm going to just see how far, if I can get the battery to come way down. If it does die, well, then I can pedal, and I want to be able to pedal downhill rather than uphill. So I'm getting up to the upper end, and you can see the dot there. That's on the right. That's where I am right there as I come onto the canal road. So I'll come down the canal road, and then I'll enter into the housing development. This is the route that my grandson and I used to take when we went to the park. Of course, he kind of lost his interest in the park. He's getting older. But here we come. We're going to leave the canal road, and you can see where the blue dot is there on the right. That's where we are, is right about here. And so I'm going to come around, and I'm trying to get rid of that second bar. That's my goal. Then it'll be down to 1 when I'm riding, and that's pretty good time to charge the battery. So we're at the we're at the west end, which is the lower end. So we're at the lowest part of elevation, and so hopefully the battery's gonna last till I get home. But anyway, this is the park where my grandson and I used to spend a lot of time. And like I said, this is about 50 feet down from where we came in at the top. So anyway, this new battery and the new controller and all that, I'm really, really enjoying it. Much more user-friendly once you get it get all the settings right. Much more, has a lot more options and everything. And it even tells you the battery voltage next to, okay, this is where we are. We're at the park right here. And that's the lower end of the housing development. Anyway, not only does it show you the bars, but it tells you the voltage of the battery. And when you first charge the battery up, it's 54 volts. And so I've been riding it, and now it's down to about 46, 45 volts. Now I'm heading uphill, and I'm put it into pedal assist 2, as you can see, if you glance at it there. Anyway, as I'm going along here, finally, just normal riding, I get rid of that second bar, and I'm on a single bar. That's going to show up here any time now. There it is right there. So now I'm down to 1 bar and 45.4 volts. Now, as I understand from what I've heard on the YouTube videos and stuff, when it gets down to 40 volts, it'll just stop, so you don't burn the battery up. And that's about where we are on the loop right there, up at the top. Anyway, so it'll automatically, rather than burn the battery down and ruin it, once it gets down to 40 volts, it'll just shut everything down, and then you have to pedal. So I'm looking forward to maybe that happening. And now I'm back up at the upper end and leaving the housing development and going back onto the canal road from in the opposite direction from when we came. And so far, I think it still says 45 degree or 45 volts or something. And so I'm trying to get rid of as much electrical charge as I can. So this is the end of the canal road. Now we're heading back down. This is the road that we're on. I usually take on my ride, only I go down. I don't come up north here or come up to the top. I usually go all the way down straight ahead there to start my ride. But here we are. We're at the mailbox again and headed back down the road to towards home. And I've got it in pedal assist 2. I'm trying my best to get the battery to get down to where it's really low. There's the turnoff I would normally take to go to the left there to go to my son's place. But I see a friend down here. His name is Gary. He hikes 5 miles a day every morning. He's 85 years old, super nice guy, and I haven't seen him for quite a while. So we visited for, well, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and then we decided we'd go on because he's got to get home before it gets too hot. Anyway, he's a very, very good friend. So I came down to almost the end of the road. I just kept coming down there, and still have one bar, and it's like 46 volts or something like that. But anyway, so now I'm headed home, and you can see I still have one bar and coming in the yard here, and I actually rode about 5.5 or 5 anyway, about 5.5 miles rather than the normal 6. But as we come in the yard here, we're going to take a look and see what it actually ended up being. And as you can see, we only got down to 45.8 volts, and so I didn't get it all the way down to 40. But anyway, I went ahead and I put it on charge, and then I got to thinking afterwards, the reason I couldn't get this battery to go down so fast is because I was used to the last battery, which I burned up, which had 2,400 miles on it, and lithium-ion batteries, rechargeable batteries, they do get to the point where they don't hold as much of a charge. So this one's going to last me more miles until it gets old. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.